Every 4 hours around the clock, dedicated refrigerated tanker trucks arrive carrying 40,000 gallons of ultra-fresh raw milk directly from regional dairy farm collection routes. This facility receives only grade A raw milk from certified dairy partners, temperature verified below 40 degrees Fahrenheit from the moment of milking through delivery. Every incoming tanker is immediately temperature checked at the receiving bay valve. Any load arriving above the maximum degree before a single gallon of any incoming load is permitted to enter the main processing system, the rapid laboratory must confirm.
Antibiotic screening is absolute zero tolerance. Even the faintest trace of any antibiotic residue in any
somatic cell count provides a reliable indirect measure of the source dairy herd's overall udder health. With lower counts, complete tanker-to-packaged product traceability is maintained, allowing any individual consumer carton to be traced back to its exact source dairy farm and collection route. The refrigerated storage silos maintain the raw milk at precisely 4 degrees Celsius, with gentle, continuous agitation. The centrifugal separation system is the critical first processing step, mechanically splitting raw whole milk. At 10,000 RPM, the centrifugal force exceeds 6,000 times gravity, physically ripping the lightweight fat globules away from the heavier protein and water matrix. The separated cream stream typically contains approximately 40% butterfat, while the skim stream contains less than 0.1% residual fat. Precise standardization recombines exact measured quantities of cream back into the skim milk to achieve the exact target fat percentage specified for each finished product variety. The inline fat analyzer uses infrared spectroscopy to continuously measure the butterfat content of the blended stream with accuracy to within 0.01%. Whole milk is standardized to exactly 3.25% butterfat, 2% and 1% reduced fat. The excess cream not needed for standardization is diverted to a dedicated cream products line, where it is independently processed and packaged as The precisely fat standardized milk now approaches the most critical food safety step in the entire facility: high-temperature, short-time pasteurization. 6 parallel separator units process the entire daily incoming raw milk volume, collectively standardizing over 1 million gallons of milk per 24-hour production day.
Hunterton. Separator maintenance is performed every 12 hours. The extreme rotational forces require absolute precision in disc staturings.
The plate heat exchanger is one of the most ingenious machines in food technology, simultaneously heating the incoming cold. The milk flows in razor-thin channels between precisely gapped heated plates, achieving the legally mandated pasteurization.
In tankers, the holding tube is precisely calibrated so that the fastest-moving milk particle at the tube center requires exact lids.
The flow diversion valve is the critical legal safety interlock. If the holding tube exit temperature drops even 1 degree below engines, this temperature recording acts as the legal regulatory proof that every drop of milk was adequately heat-treated.
Homogenization subjects the hot pasteurized milk to extreme hydraulic pressure forces that physically rupture the natural fat globules into
Without homogenization, the natural fat globules would rapidly float to the surface, creating an unsightly cream plug. The regenerative heat exchange design recovers over 90% of the pasteurization thermal energy, dramatically reducing the facility.
The phosphatase test provides definitive scientific confirmation that the milk was adequately pasteurized, as this naturally occurring enzyme is destroyed. For extended shelf life UHT products, the pasteurized milk undergoes a second extreme thermal treatment using direct steam injection at temperature.
The UHT process achieves complete commercial sterility by exposing the milk to extreme temperature for an ultra-short duration.
The vacuum flash cooler serves a dual purpose, instantly cooling the milk back to safe temperature and precisely removing the exact volume of water added by the steam injection. The sterilized milk must be maintained under continuously positive aseptic conditions from this point forward, as any recontamination hindrance. Every pipeline weld, every valve body, and every gasket joint in the sterile zone must be The commercial sterility test incubates sealed samples at body temperature for 72 hours. Checking for any surviving Any single positive sterility test result triggers the immediate quarantine and destruction of the entire associated production batch, so the commercial stakes of this simple test are enormous. A sterile milk sample remains perfectly white and clear after incubation. Unturbidity, coagulation, formal batch release requires signed verification that every sterility test sample from the batch has remained crystal clear negative after the full 72-hour elevated temperature incubation. The quality laboratory runs continuous analytical testing throughout every production shift, verifying incoming raw milk quality, Standard plate count testing provides a quantitative measure of the total viable bacteria population in the processed milk, which must fall below stringent legal and internal specification limits. Cryoscopic freezing point analysis definitively detects even tiny quantities of added water, protecting consumers and the brand from economic adulteration of the raw milk supply. Trained sensory panelists provide the ultimate human verification that the processed milk meets the clean, fresh, neutral flavor.
Turbidity measurement indirectly verifies homogenization effectiveness by measuring light scatter. With properly homogenized milk,
dissolved oxygen aggressively promotes oxidative degradation reactions that progressively develop undesirable stale cardboard-like off flavors during the commercial shelf life. The laboratory information system provides real-time visibility into quality trends, automatically alerting engineers to any parameter approaches.
Milk pH provides a rapid indicator of overall freshness and microbiological quality, with values below the normal range.
Vitamins A and D are mandated additions to commercial milk in most markets, and their declared levels on the nutritional label must be analytically verified in every production batch.
The final batch release decision integrates all analytical, microbiological, sensory, and process parameter data into a single comprehensive quality judgment. Grizzlies. The aseptic filler is the most technologically sophisticated machine in the entire facility, performing 4 critical operations. The packaging material is sterilized by immersion in hot hydrogen peroxide solution, followed by immediate drying with superheat distance. Ultrasonic welding creates molecular bonds between the polyethylene layers without any adhesive, forming hermetically sealed jugrants. The filling operation occurs entirely within the sealed sterile chamber, maintained under positive pressure with sterile filtered air.
The completely sealed aseptic carton can be stored at ambient, room temperature for up to 12 months without refrigeration. The facility simultaneously fills both ambient stable UHT cartons and refrigerated fresh pasteurized milk containers.
Each sealed carton bears complete traceability information, allowing any individual consumer package to be traced back through every processing step to its original dairy farm source. For single-serve carton formats, individually wrapped drinking straws are automatically applied to each carton, providing the consumer with a convenient built-in consumption accessory. The individual sealed cartons now enter the secondary packaging operation, where they are grouped into consumer-convenient multi-pack bundles for retail display.
Multi-pack formats offer retail consumers the convenience of purchasing multiple servings in a single grab-and-go bundle, increasing purchase volume per shopping trip.
The facility simultaneously fills single-serve cartons, multi-serve cartons, half-gallon jugs, and full-gallon jugs on separate dedicated lines to serve. Four completely different packaging formats running simultaneously, each one optimized for a different consumer use case, from school lunch single-serve to family weekly gallon. The 6-layer laminated structure provides complete light barrier, oxygen barrier, moisture barrier, and mechanical protection. Every sealed package is independently weighed at full production speed, instantly rejecting any unit outside the acceptable net content tolerance. Hundreds of thousands of completed consumer packages flow continuously from the filling department toward the final case packing operation every hour. Automated Delta robots carefully load the sealed cartons into protective shipping cases with precision, maintaining proper orientation for retail shelf display. The secondary packaging operation transforms millions of individual consumer packages into palletized, shipping-ready cases every single day without pause. The centralized robotic palletizing cell receives sealed shipping cases from all 4 filling lines and builds optimized pallet configurations for each distribution destination.
Multiple pre-stretched film layers create a rigid, transport-ready monolith from individual stacked cases.
The label encodes complete contents, weight, destination, and unique tracking barcode for cold chain visibility. The refrigerated warehouse operates as an enormous walk-in cooler, maintaining over 15,000 pallets of fresh. The cold chain monitoring system records warehouse temperatures at multiple locations every 60 seconds. Providing fresh dairy distribution operates as a precise race against time, with products departing the factory within hours of production to maximize the consumer shelf life at retail. Trailer pre-cooling is mandatory. No dairy product is permitted to enter a trailer until its interior has been verified at or below the maximum permitted transport temperature. Every departing refrigerated trailer carries enough fresh dairy to supply an entire city's schools, hospitals, restaurants, and supermarkets for a complete daily consumption cycle. From the elevated command center, engineers monitor every separator, pasteurizer, homogenizer, UHT system, and aseptic filler simultaneously in real time. Separator speed directly controls the cream skim separation efficiency, which cascades through every downstream standardization calculation. The board provides instant operational overview with immediate flagging of any deviation. Clean-in-place automated systems circulate sequential caustic and acid cleaning solutions through every product contact surface without requiring physical equipment disassembly.
Structured planning ensures critical pasteurizer, separator, and filler maintenance is prioritized before each shift.
The factory maintains close partnerships with source dairy farms, providing regular quality feedback to continuously improve raw milk consistency and herd health.
The somatic cell count on the latest shipment is significantly lower.
That's encouraging. The new feeding regimen seems to be working. Even veteran workers describe the mesmerizing physics of the high-speed separator as one of the most impressive mechanical spectacles in the entire dairy industry. When darkness falls, the relentless mechanical heart of the dairy processing facility continues its eternal rhythm without a single second of pause.
The pasteurizer operates continuously 24 hours daily. Raw milk arrives constantly and processed milk flows out without interruption.
One solitary engineer commands the entire facility alone through the dark, quiet hours until dawn.
Millions of sealed cartons march toward the cold warehouse without human eyes watching. The massive refrigerated silos receive fresh deliveries through the night, feeding the continuous processing lines below. Even in total darkness, the facility maintains absolute clinical dairy sanitation standards. An eternal river of pure white nourishment flows through the darkness, destined for millions of breakfasts tomorrow. From raw farm milk to a sealed sterile package, the intricate choreography is staggering industrial precision. Modern engineering has transformed humble farm milk into a genuinely awe-inspiring global dairy industrial operation. One tiny sealed carton, born from 2 million total packages produced in this facility today. This mammoth facility stands as a testament to the power of modern dairy processing technology.
It all begins here. In the quiet, fresh morning air of a working dairy farm, nature produces the world's most fundamental white nutrition.
The factory exists in eternal cold chain balance, raw milk arriving and sealed cartons departing endlessly around the clock.
The extraordinary industrial journey culminates in this simple, wholesome moment: cold, fresh milk at a family breakfast table.
And so the eternal cycle continues, raw white milk entering one end, sealed pure nourishment emerging from the other. New workers arrive to sustain the perpetual 24-hour rhythm of dairy processing.
From above, the scale becomes clear. 2 million packages daily from raw milk arriving every 4 hours. The legally mandated pasteurization process guarantees absolute consumer safety for every single drop of commercially distributed milk. With every separator, pasteurizer, and filler running, the massive dairy facility reaches its full, breathtaking operational capacity.
From farm to factory to family table, the journey of pure white milk connects generations through one of humanity's oldest and most fundamental foods.
The humble carton, pure white milk, and behind it, a breathtaking cold chain empire connecting 10,000 Guernsey dairy cows.